This is the Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures Deluxe Class Bumblebee. This figure is part of the Build-A-Figure Wave MacAdam Build-A-Figure Wave. I picked up this figure from my local Toy Kingdom store. The original price was at $34 and it went on clearance for $16. Let's get this guy out of packaging. Here is Bumblebee out of packaging and the figure looks great. The proportions are great, colors are great. If I'm going to nitpick about the colors, I'm not a big fan of that sky blue paint, but it still works. I love the gray plastic that they used. Yellow and gray plastic all feel very premium. Head sculpt is fantastic. Great silver paint apps on the face. And like I said, it's only this blue paint that's really bugging me just a little bit, but not that much to hate the figure. This is everything a deluxe class Bumblebee figure should be. And it feels like the figure is part of the generations line. That's how good the quality of this figure is. Now, obviously, it does not come with the Hasbro stand. I got that off as a freebie from another purchase at Toys R Us. But what he does come with are a few accessories, like his G1-esque styled blaster. It harkens back to the design of his old G1 gun with the, I guess, the stock right here and pistol barrel right there. It feels like it's a G1 gun. He also has a stinger, or a blade, electro blade stinger, which to me, I don't know if it is, but to me, this is an homage to the Transformers animated Bumblebee, the stinger. I love that show, and I'm getting that vibe from this figure. It's like they combined animated Bumblebee with robots in disguise Bumblebee to form the Cyberverse Deluxe Bumblebee. So I love that he has this stinger, and he has a blast effect or a stinger effect, which I don't know if it's an accident, a happy accident. You can also plug into the blaster and it will serve as a blast effect for the blaster. Okay, the gun can be stored on either peg hole right here on either side of his wings. Sorry, on either wing. If you can plug it right here or here, it just fits nicely, or a little bit better, more snug on his right wing. The blaster, or the, what is this, the stinger or the electro blade, just remove it, can plug onto his rear end like this. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing area to plug that in, but it works, and that's how you store the weapons. Articulation, let's go about articulation for the figure very quickly. He's got a ball jointed neck, waist swivel. The shoulders are on a hinge right here because of transformation, but they're also on a ball joint right here. The elbows are on ball joints. The wrists are on swivels. Hips are on ball joints. You got a thigh swivel, hinge knees. The feet can go up and down and have the rocker tilt. And a bit of size comparisons. Here is the Deluxe Cyberverse Bumblebee with the Deluxe Optimus Prime from Cyberverse as well. Obviously, the scale is incorrect, but they're both in the same class or line, subline, so I guess they had to be the same size, same height. And here are some of my other Bumblebee figures in my collection, just to give you a reference for Cyberverse Bumblebee. And now for the dreaded transformation. It's just a little tricky, but I think the engineering is sound on the transformation, at least for a toy that's meant for younger audiences. Okay, so first thing we need to do is the backpack. Just fold it down like this and unravel this part right here. Okay, and then the whole idea, this is actually the most difficult part. This is the piece that I am just very frustrated with. This bar right here just fits under the windshield, and it should fit just like that. And this one just opens up like this, and if you can keep it that way throughout the transformation, then you're pretty good at transforming things. Okay, and then the head is going to fold back like this. Okay, and then what you want to do is go ahead and fold up the shoulders like that. The shoulder pads will form the front parts of the car, and what you want to do is somehow find a way to just fold everything, the hood, the bonnet, and that windshield right about here and then form that front part of the car. Okay, so maybe it will help if we tab in the arms first on those tabs right there. Okay, and that will solidify and stabilize those shoulders and those arms. The fore chest just stays here, and then this one. Okay, there we go. Just press that thing down there, and then just fit these parts of the grille and the bonnet, and just keep the door flaps or the doors like that. That's the hard part. If you're able to do that, fine, then you're in good shape. Open up these feet like this and rotate that waist. Fold the feet like this, and then the legs are gonna fold in like this. And then you're gonna join the legs, form the rear part of the car, fold the shins, and all that's left really is the doors. The doors are gonna tab in nicely, just like that. And there you go. There is Bumblebee in his this is not Cybertron, obviously Earth-based alt mode. It feels like it's a mix of different cars. I love this little sort of kind of looking hatchback looking kind of rear end. The front part, very sporty, very sharp looking grille and fender. It's great. It rolls very nicely, and I think it's pretty accurate to how he looked like on the show. Not bad. The instructions say that the stinger or the electro blade will fit nicely here on the side of the rear fender. You can do it on either side, it says this way. The instructions, though, don't say how to plug in or store the gun. Now, if you look at this part of the vehicle, there's an empty cavity, and you can just probably shoot it in right there, but it'll fall off. But you notice there are these square pegs right here, and there are notches right here on either side of the gun. If you can see it on the camera, but yeah, right there. So you can either plug it here or plug it this way, but either way will work. Don't plug it in too much because it's difficult to take off, or very difficult to remove once you plug it in way too deep. But it will stay right there just underneath the front bumper, and the car will still, the alt mode will still roll nicely despite having that blaster underneath it. So yeah, it is a great figure. Transformation, a little tricky, but the alt mode comes out great. If you were able to transform it properly, it feels very satisfying, actually. Some final thoughts on Cyberverse Deluxe Bumblebee. I think it's a great figure. The figure is going to get a 9 out of 10 for me. The transformation was a little tricky. I think they could have done a better engineering job with that. But other than that, I think it's a great figure. If you're a big Bumblebee fan, if you love the Cyberverse Adventures series, you're going to love this figure. I highly recommend it. Although, I would recommend waiting for clearance before making the purchase. I'm pretty sure this thing is warming the shelves somewhere. And I think the retail prices that Hasbro has put on the Cyberverse line is just too, it's just too high. It's overpriced. I think they missed the mark and dropped the ball on the pricing strategy for this line. And I think they should reprice for future releases, because these are figures intended not for the adult collector, but for the younger target audience. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this new Cyberverse Adventures Deluxe Bumblebee. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.